Hey there. Do you love incense and amber-based fragrances? If you do, you should probably, most likely, keep watching this review. Typically when I do these mini reviews, the little mini series, I do reviews on fragrances that I find that aren't bottle worthy in my opinion, fragrances that are kind of bland, okay, or just not wearable. It's going to be a different situation with this particular fragrance because this one was love at first sniff for me. If you're a fan of those fragrances, those colognes, perfumes that make you feel, well, perfumes, that make you feel like a sultan, something like of royal descent, this fragrance just absolutely does it for me. You're looking at like fragrances that are like Jubilation 25, Amber Absolute, anything that's got that really thick, smoky incense amber composition that just makes you feel like royalty. This stuff packs a punch and it makes you smell divine. So this is the newest offering from Tom Ford as far as the mass market goes. Obviously we have private blend fragrances that he keeps releasing that not all of us can get our hands on unless we go to a Tom Ford boutique or something like Saks Fifth Ave or something like that. But Sahara Noir is released in Macy's and Sephora. I know that, as far as I know, some of these places don't carry it unless you're like in a major city, but nevertheless, it should be available to you if you're around a big city. Either way, Sahara Noir is actually marketed towards women, which is pretty comical, though we do see a trend that's being set here for men, especially in Fragcom, where you're kind of pushing the envelope as far as masculine fragrances go. I've talked about this before. I wear what I like. If I feel like I can't pull it off because it's just too much, then I won't wear it. I simply won't wear it. But I'm not letting somebody else tell me that I can't wear it. It's me that's telling me I can't wear it. So women, if you feel like you smell sexy in this stuff, there's absolutely no reason why you can't pull it off. I know that on Fragrantica and Base Notes, people were saying, women, this isn't for women, it's for men only, strictly men. No, you wear what you want and you do what you want. If you feel comfortable with it, I don't care if you're man, woman, in between, wear what you want and enjoy it. This fragrance, I personally would market as a masculine fragrance. In the designer game, I would consider it a masculine fragrance. But like I said, you know, when you've been in the niche market, if you've delved into the niche market, nothing is strictly male or female. It's all shades of gray. Unisex is basically what I consider every fragrance at this point. You wear what you like and enjoy it and wear it for you. Sahara Noir definitely packs a punch, though. It is amber, smoke, resins. You get the benzoin, you get the incense, you get some honey going on, you get a little bit of cinnamon, some papyrus. Very, very great Middle Eastern take on perfumery, in my opinion. For me, the main note in this fragrance is actually cedar. I get a lot of cedar, lots and lots and lots and lots of cedar. If you've ever tried Tom Ford's Amber Absolute, I get the same vibe from this as I get from Amber Absolute, with like the cedar chip vibe going on for the first hour or so. Then comes in the incense and the amber and the sensual sweetness from the beeswax, and some of the cinnamon comes out to play a little bit. And the papyrus has a really nice fresh woody vibe going on as well. I really do enjoy this composition. I think that it's definitely unique, especially for the designer game. But overall, I do think, this is my little decant that I got here, I do think that Sahara Noir, a lot of people are comparing it to Amber Absolute, Bois Moroccan, some of the other fragrances that Tom Ford has released prior to this that have those notes such as incense and amber. This doesn't touch those, in my opinion. I would pay the price that they're asking for this. There's just one issue for me. The longevity, I'm not getting it on my skin, which is kind of funny because I've talked to a couple different people that get great longevity out of this stuff. I personally am getting about 6 hours from it. Now, if this stuff got like 10 hours and it was the beast mode projection that like Amber Absolute gets, I'd be all over it. It simply isn't there for me. And as you can see, I have a little sprayer decant here. So that's really the only factor that's played into the whole not purchasing a bottle just yet for me. I do want to get one. It is on my wish list. Unfortunately, as well, there are other fragrances that do this combination better. Amber Absolute, obviously, that's discontinued, but you know, Jubilation 25, Silver Factor is my all-time favorite incense-based fragrance. Those do it better still, but we're talking about Sahara Noir here, so I'll continue on with that. I'm getting 6 hours, 7 hours-ish longevity out of this, which is still great, but with such a heavy composition, with such potent notes that should, you know, generally stick around for a long time, I was kind of expecting something like 10 hours, to be honest with you. But that's okay. Projection's moderate. And for me, this fragrance is basically everything I ask for in a fragrance. It's complex. It's right up my alley. I love the woody incense type fragrances, the spicy fragrances. It does that on a, you know, it's great. Does it well. But like I say, it's just kind of, I feel like it's kind of lacking something too. I'm going to go ahead and spray this on again for you guys. You do get a little bit of freshness. There's an orange note in this. I don't really detect it as orange per se, but it's like a citrus vibe. That goes away pretty quick. But overall, this is a really nice amber incense and cedar-based fragrance. I do enjoy it. I do find that its complexity justifies the price that they're asking. If only I could get a little more longevity out of it. I know I keep on repeating myself here, but really that is the main factor for me. The longevity is the only thing that's kind of, you know, pushing me away from buying a bottle for $140. Now, if that's not an issue for you, I actually highly recommend this. This would be in my top 10 designer fragrances for winter and fall for sure. Now, for me personally, this is by no means a replacement for Amber Absolute. They should just bring that fragrance back entirely, in my opinion. But if you're not going to give me that, you know, you could still do a better job, honestly. Because this isn't, you know, the amber vanilla combination with Amber Absolute is just out of this world. This stuff, however, is more, like I say, incense and amber. Great combination. I do really enjoy this fragrance, and I do like what they're doing with the whole women's perfumery, trying to push the envelope with them as well. Obviously, the men, we have the Dior Homme, which is kind of pushing the envelope. Now we have Sahara Noir on the women's side. That's kind of saying, yeah, you can wear what you want. You're gonna look sexy. You're gonna smell sexy. No one's gonna think twice about it because you look stunning anyways. And if you radiate your confidence, it's not gonna much matter. We men, we just can't help ourselves. Anyways, so price point is justifiable in my opinion. Like I say, you know, I'm gonna keep trying this stuff. I'm gonna keep on testing it out. Hopefully, eventually, I'll get maybe more than 7-8 hours with it. If I do, I will pick up a bottle. Otherwise, I'm going to skip out on it. But I do highly recommend that you try this fragrance. Check it out. It is a great release from Tom Ford. Speaking of that, Tom Ford's his last couple releases have been pretty good. The Noir, I wasn't as much of a fan of the Noir Eau de Parfum, but the Eau de Toilette I absolutely loved it. So Sahara Noir, you know, the Noir, we're getting some good fragrances from Tom Ford, and I just kind of wanted to cover that in this video with Sahara Noir and say you should definitely check it out. It is very much up my alley, so if you are into those incense, resinous fragrances, check it out, and definitely bottle worthy as long as you're getting the good longevity and projection, in my opinion. So out of curiosity, I'd also like to know, what is your favorite amber-based fragrance and what is your favorite incense-based fragrance? Comment down below. I'm going to tell you right now, my two favorites are Amber Absolute for amber and Silver Factory for incense. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.